Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to use really basic 3D effects on text in Adobe Illustrator. So what I have here is I have a colored background set up and I also have my text that's ready to be extruded and beveled. So go ahead and get your document set up, and when you're ready you can select your text, and then we're going to go up to Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel. Now, what you're going to notice here is that we have a few different options in terms of how we want to actually position our text. So what you can do is you can actually take the view cube here and you can move it around so it's in the position that you want. We also have custom rotation options. So I can do a straight on front, back, left side. But for this, I'm just going to go ahead and do an isometric right view. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay, but we'll come back to this dialog box because what you'll notice is I actually can't see my text because it's entirely black. So what I want you to do is go ahead and just double click on your font and the word that you typed out, and go over here to your fill and change the color to one that you want and one that we can actually see. The black is really difficult to see because as it's casting shadows, it's just going to blend in with one another. So let's go ahead and say okay. Once we have that green selected, you'll notice that it changes color and I can see my text much more easily. So as I'm looking at this, it's actually a bit difficult to read. I can't see the word flora just because of the placement on the screen. So what I can do is I can click on my text again, and you'll notice over here in my appearance panel that I have my 3D extrude bevel effects added. So if I want to do any kind of editing, I can actually just click on this and it'll bring up this dialog box again. So what I can do from here is I can take my view cube and I can move it around until I'm happy with the placement. I can also play around with the bevel style that I want. Right now I don't have anything added, but let's say I wanted to add a rounded bevel to just smooth it out. Can't say that looks very good on the font that I chose. Let's try something a bit more classic. And I can also decrease the bevel height, and this might help just a bit. So you can see some of that beveling happening here. I don't think that with the font that I chose, it's really the way to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and say none. But feel free to also play around with the shading. Plastic shading is going to look the best if you want to get some of that depth and dimension automatically included in there. But you can also have diffuse shading, which is going to give you more of a flatter look. My computer is taking a little bit longer to load that. But play around and experiment with different text or shapes. You can also use this feature on custom shapes as well. So have some fun with it and show me what you created.